The army's 20 revenants, 16 twist eld, and then 5 spite revenants.
Okay, it doesn't seem too bad.
It's fucking terrible. I don't like all this infantry.
Sorry, you have to move 25 models around, 35 models around.
It's a fucking lot.
I've been living that life with Nighthawk. You know how many damn blade guys I own? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Blame the Double Turn podcast. My name is Franny, and I'm here with Connor, aka Mr. Worldwide. Connor, how you doing?
I am not bad. Been playing so much Age of Sigmar over the last half a year, so I've been taking a break since I got back from Worlds, and by break I mean just building and painting.
Yeah, fair enough. You can't get away from it.
Yeah,
If there's anything I've noticed about Worlds is how much you guys fucking prep for this. Like
it's crazy.
the
I
amount
mean,
of games is insane.
yeah, I knew going into it that it was going to be a lot of TTS, and then of course you guys on the team helping me out getting IRL games whenever possible. But
Yeah.
it was like an average of 4 or 5 games a week, which is like 3 hour games, 3 hours plus. It's a lot. It's
Yeah. Oh yeah.
crazy just how much you learn as well.
I know. Okay, so we went golfing on Friday, and I know I told you this then, but like even 5 games, there are people who love our hobby and like think about it just as much as we do, who are lucky to get 5 games a year in.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So 5 games a week, grinding that out, that is a ton.
it
Um,
is insane.
but it seemed fun, at least from the outside. You guys had a lot of camaraderie too. You guys met up a couple times. I don't know what you guys did in that Airbnb together, but apparently you played
Yeah,
AOS.
that was honestly one, like, obviously Worlds was the best experience, but like the Airbnb, it was so what happened was in April, Carson and the coaching staff organized a meetup in Brampton, Ontario, because we have one from Quebec, two from America on the team, and then the rest are Ontario and like the the west side of Canada. So our captain Carson and the coaching staff organized it in Brampton, Ontario. They all flew out here and we spent the weekend together in an Airbnb that we loaded up with Warhammer tables.
Hmm.
And we had a bunch of the other guys like Michael Dodsworth and Sean Burrow pull up and play games with us. And Ridge, actually. Ridge showed up too. So it was nuts. It was nuts. It was literally a weekend of Warhammer. Sean and I woke up at 5:30 a.m. on the Saturday to start a game. It was crazy.
What? That's insane.
Yeah. No one else was awake. I think Fabian was the next one to wake up and watch our game. But like Sean wakes up early for work. I just naturally wake up super early. So
That's
even after a night of drinking, yeah.
that's amazing. I didn't know it was literally like wake and game.
It
That's
literally
so
was.
fucking good.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Well, that's cool. I always assume everybody listening knows exactly who we are, but just in case, uh, the Worlds event we're talking about, Connor was out there representing Canada, one of 8 people in all of Canada that was chosen to go rep the country out there, and it was in Italy, about what, a few hours outside of Rome this year.
Yeah, 4 hours outside Rome. So it's on the east coast of Italy. I can't remember the actual name. It's like near
Pescara,
near Pescara, but it's got a
yeah,
different name, starts with an M. It was
Montesilvano,
Yeah, something like that. So it was held in a hotel.
yeah,
The venue was amazing. Like I could talk about that forever. It was right on the beach and whatnot.
yeah.
But like it was pretty hot. Not I guess that hot. It was like 25 degrees while we were there. But it got really hot in the upstairs part of the venue. But
Mhm.
luckily, half or at least 4 of our games, I think, were in the downstairs portion, which they opened up entirely, so the breeze from the beach or from the ocean was coming in, and it was just so good playing downstairs.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Italy is definitely a treat. Having gone recently myself,
Hmm.
it's definitely a treat to be there. But to go and play Warhammer has got to be something really, really cool. So, I mean, we may as well just kind of jump into it. I don't know where you want to start about your world's experience, but I'm all ears.
I think we could just talk about Italy itself because obviously I could go over training and everything like that, but like
Yeah.
it's not that exciting. It literally is just I played Ossiarch Bone Reapers or OBR. So that is what I had been practicing for months prior to Italy. And I guess I can just start by telling you my list.
Yeah.
So my heroes I had, I'm not going to go over like the regiments and stuff. I'll just like literally list off everything. I had Vok Mortian, the level 2 lizard guy, specifically because he unlocks everything in the army for me. I obviously had a Liege Mortec because it's just that good. And a regular, no, it was a soggy Bone Shaper, along with 15 ninjas, 3 units of 5, 2 units of Tyrannic Cohort, 2 units of Death Riders, a unit of 20 archers, and oh yeah, how could I forget 4 Harbingers, the ones with the 3d6 charge.
Yes.
And last but not least, the unit of 10 Mortec Guard, because they are actually just pretty good to have in any OBR list for their rend reduction.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so I was put on OBR because a big thing that we did as Canada was match tactics to battle plans for the armies. So my army was one of the scouting force and attuned because the way teams list building works is you end up having to use like all of the tactics. Because of
Yeah.
course no one wants to use wrathful and attuned because they're just like worse tactics than all the other ones. So someone's getting stuck with them, and I was one of the people getting stuck as I was like one of our defender choices.
Yeah.
So my army was literally built around how to score as much as possible using those two tactics on set battle plans. And all in all, I think it worked out pretty well. My army did scouting like really good
Yeah.
due to the ninjas and the speed of my army and like the utility that OBR has. And attuned is just never really a good tactic, but because of things like the Tyrannic Cohort being able to utilize their like pseudo mighty destroyers move, they can like push themselves into combat so that I can then retreat them for attuned too. So all in all, I was pretty happy with the way the list performed at Worlds.
Mhm.
Um,
That makes
yeah,
that makes sense. I last time before you had left, I was still remembering you were using a list with 4 units of ninjas.
I think it was sorry, it was 4 units of ninjas, but 25 ninjas total because one was reinforced.
Ah, okay. That's what
What
I was
ended up
thinking.
happening was the coach, Carl Fong, and I realized that a lot of people could just push that army and not care
Hmm.
because they're like, you know what, you don't have the damage to like fight back or threaten me really, so we're just gonna like charge you and not give a shit. So I ended up changing the list, taking out a bunch of stuff because I mean they're like 400 to 500 points for the Harbingers, but I ended up
Yeah.
taking out some things and getting the Harbingers in there, and it just made the list so much better in my opinion.
Yeah. That's good. I was looking at for a couple of the other OBR lists, and it seemed like it was more
Wedge.
common to just have a bunch of Death Riders.
Yeah.
So
Like I think almost every list at Worlds that was OBR was like the 20, 30 Death Riders so that they could just wedge over and over and over.
yeah.
Like obviously the big one being Michael Rausch on Team America who won the event.
Yeah.
He was by far the best OBR player there along with Denmark's guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe one other super, super quick thing, because I know, again, not assuming everybody kind of knows how this stuff works. You
Hmm.
mentioned you're playing a defender list. So, from my understanding, defending in an AOS like teams format means you're actually getting put into like some pretty tough matchups with the expectation that you're looking to keep games close. A win is amazing,
Hmm.
but if you can keep it close and kind of deny your opponent points, that's what like a strong defender list is looking to do.
Yeah, so like the idea of me being there's two of us and one like kind of flex spot. The idea of the defender is that you have decent tactics and you're not getting the matchups you typically want because that's safe for armies that can score really big. Armies and it's called our attackers, armies like Fabian Zinch and Sabetti's Flesh Eater Courts. We want those armies to get the good maps and the good matchups so that they can win their game by like 30, 40 points. And then me and John, our Nurgle player, we're there to just keep the game at a standstill essentially. And like if they have their big attackers, we get put into them, and we're just there to try to like scrape points, keep it as close as possible. Like I obviously you're not there to lose. You don't want to lose. You're not going
Yeah.
into a game being like, I'm 100% going to lose this. Like no, you fight, you get your points, you try to get that win. But if you only keep it a yellow is what we call it,
Hmm.
lose by like 15 points, then that's ideal. That's what you want for the team. That way you're not getting blown out, losing a bunch of points, and then they also blow someone else out with their attacker, and suddenly they're up by 90 points.
Yep. That makes a ton of sense. It's super strategic once you get to what it's 8 games being played at once, right? So
Yeah,
uh
that's why we have a specific person, a non-playing coach that goes around and like just you use your timeouts, and that's just teams is just such a fun format.
yeah, I mean
It's crazy.
I've always heard of it. I really want to give it a go one day. I mean, not at Worlds, let's say, but around here, hopefully somebody puts something together because I've heard it's the best way to play AOS.
It
So
100% whether you're playing 40K or whether you're playing Marvel Crisis Protocol or our game Age of Sigmar, Teams is the way to play Warhammer. It is just you hang out with your boys, you plan some strategies, and you play together as a team. It's like there's honestly nothing more fulfilling.
yeah, that's cool as hell. Okay, so I know we talked a bit about like broadly about worlds. Where do you want to go next? Do you want to talk a bit about your games, a bit about your time in Italy? Like what do you feel like?
Yeah, so I can talk about the 6 games that we played. So it was 3 days of games, two per. And we found out our round 1 pairing the night before, which was France. And France is a amazing team, like one of the top 5 teams.
Yeah.
And it was a super good game. I got placed into one of their best players, actually, their Iron Jaws player. And he was just playing a list of like 40 brutes and just tons of good stuff. It was a really good game. It was actually on the stream um for I think yeah, they streamed all their games the entire weekend.
Yeah.
And so it was just we end up losing, I think, by 70 points, I want to say, 70 or 90. But it was still kind of close. Like there was a lot of games that could have just flipped in our favor, and like dice are dice, right? You never want to blame them, but
Yeah.
of course, when games get that close, everyone wants to. But it wasn't that. I think we simply got outplayed in some of the games, and maybe outplayed in pairings. But I'm not a part of the pairing, so I wouldn't know that. But we all fought really well, did all we could, and we ended up just barely losing to one of the best teams. So it is what it is, and we learned a lot from that game because going into our next 2 games against Finland and Northern Ireland,
Hmm.
we won both of them, and it felt really good to end day 1 on a big win against Finland, and then going into day 2 was when we played round 3 Northern Ireland, and that was also super good. Out
Yeah.
of Finland, I played against the whole massive bloodletter spam and Legion of the First Prince on Noxious Nexus, so it was like a very fighty game.
Yeah.
And then against Northern Ireland, I played against the typical Hero Hammer Lumineth list. And honestly, for the most part, him and I just stared at each other and we didn't really do anything. We kind of scored our points, and I think I won by like 2 or 3 points. But that was literally both our jobs was just to keep it close so that our other games could win big is
Yeah.
what we were both going for.
Yeah. Makes
Then
sense.
round 4, we got paired into Denmark. Denmark has won the AOS World event twice in the past. The year, I think last year,
Yep.
Team America won, but the 2 years before that, Team Denmark won, and it was an insanely competitive, sweaty round. It was so much fun, and like for anyone that knows me, they know that I live for the competitive spirit. Like it's so fun. I love when games get sweaty and heated. So I got paired against Casper, who is like one of the best players in the world. He's won the World Championship of Warhammer multiple times. He's like the best player in Denmark or all of Europe. I don't know. He was playing Stormcast, Karazai build, and it's crazy just feeling the skill difference. Like
Hmm.
I loved it, just seeing all the plays he made, the lanes he took, and oh man, it was an insanely good game. I lost that one by I think 30 points, I want to say, which I knew going into it, it wasn't an ideal matchup for me. I had rated it as orange, which is like one of the bad ones.
Yeah.
And either way, it was a really good game, and I'd learned a lot there. Going into round, oh no, was that? Well, I can't remember. I think that might have been round five we played Denmark because
Okay.
we played. I think no. It was round four we played Denmark. Yeah, because they had all the prep time going from because round three ended Saturday night.
Yeah.
So Denmark and we us Team Canada had all of Saturday night to prep going into Sunday morning. Round five was Spain, and Spain is also a very good team. And that round was insanely close, and we just barely beat them. I played against another Bloodletter spam army, but this one was Corn,
Oh, okay.
and
Yep.
I think I lost that one by 20 points. And it was funny because with that type of army, I try to use the clock against my opponent. So for every little thing, when I had like two cohort left or one ninja left, I was like, yeah, go ahead and roll all your dice for your bloodletter unit to like attack. And
Yeah.
like my opponent was super chill about it. He was like, I know obviously exactly what you're doing. You're just trying to use the clock because it's like that's what you do against an army like that. So he was an amazing opponent, and that was definitely my second favorite game of the entire event
Yeah.
because my favorite game was the last game where we played Belgium. And Belgium is another really good team because they had a lot of players, and I think their captain was from the old French France team.
Okay.
And that game was probably our sweatiest game. It was like insanely competitive, and we ended up losing by 5 points.
Oof.
Like
Yeah.
5 points is literally a battle tactic, and
Yeah.
it's so crazy. And my opponent, I can't remember his name. I should have wrote all this down before doing
What
this,
was he
but
playing?
he was playing Zinch. He was playing a Kairos Lord of Change list with obviously some Enlightened and then just a bunch of demons.
Antoine
Um,
was his name.
oh my god, he was such a good guy. And the game was just so fucking intense, man. It was next. It was literally what I went to Worlds for. That is
Yeah.
what I wanted out of Worlds was to have multiple games like that, and like I got what I wanted. So Antoine won our game by 5 points, and it was so heartbreaking because mine was the last game being played. So obviously everyone's watching us and like fucking
Yeah.
gritting their teeth watching this game. And he snuck out the victory by getting um, an intercept. I managed to deny him intercept for majority of the game until that last turn. Both of us just down on our clocks, and
Mm.
he Kairos just barely killed Bach to get intercept, and he won by 5. And it was
Oh,
heartbreaking, but like so good for him. He earned that victory. He got it, and they ended up winning by 5 points. So it was just absolutely devastating for me
for
and
sure.
for the entire team. But it was just such a good game, and he was such a good opponent.
I uh I get that. Being like the deciding factor, but I mean at the end of the day, you win as a team, you lose as a team,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's
Which
a
is
battle tactic.
yeah, and that's what everyone consoled me with. They were just like anyone could have done better, anyone could have done worse. Like that's teams. It's eight
Yep.
games. It's so random, whether you win by 90 or win by 5. Like that is what it is, and it was just insanely good.
Yep. Yep, for sure. That's cool. And like another thing too is this isn't this isn't just a random RTT or a random GT. All the people here are the best people in their country, right? So like you had mentioned, the skill level and the skill expression being played there is just so incredibly high,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So yeah, good on you. Um, I know, uh, obviously losing that last one by 5 wasn't ideal, but you guys still did really good out there, and we were all cheering for you guys back home. I don't follow a lot of sports, but when AOS Worlds is on and it's that weekend, it was cool kind of talking about it with everybody. Oh, did you see stream? This guy's killing it out there, or a big swing over here. It was entertaining. I didn't expect it to be that entertaining.
Yeah, like even my wife watched the last game against Belgium. It was on stream, not like the actual gameplay, but like they were covering it on the Hops and Drops stream.
Yeah, yeah,
And so my wife was like watching along, messaging me as I was playing. It was adorable.
that's
But
so
it
good.
was a crazy experience. It's like I play in a ton of RTTs and GTs, and you obviously come across, it's like you said, people who only play a couple times a year are there for the fun of it and the experience, because like experiencing a tournament is fucking awesome. It's just so much
Yeah,
fun whether you're good at the game or whether you're just playing casually. And so Um, I'm like a pretty good player, obviously, and so when I went to Worlds, just feeling the skill gap against certain teams and like certain players, like just like me specifically playing against like people who are way better than me, it was awesome. It was really cool to experience.
Yeah, that's great. It keeps you sharp, keeps you interested in it.
Yeah, exactly,
So,
and you learn a lot. It's like playing against people who are better than you or how you improve at the game.
oh, for sure. And as somebody who came from literally pushing all of his models in the center of a map and just rolling dice to joining Team ETB and playing with you guys and actually learning how the game goes,
Yep.
definitely recommend it. If anybody out there is listening and they're just starting to get into the game and they're tournament curious, get out
Just
there for
yep.
sure.
Just do it. It's
Yeah.
just so worth it and so such a good way to spend a Saturday.
Yeah, that and like you you get to be friendly with people, right? Like
Yep.
the hardest thing sometimes about meeting new people is finding a common ground. And when you're
Hmm.
out there, you're playing AOS. AOS is a very specific hobby. So being in a room full of other people that love the game as well, it's a really good time. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely get out there.
Yeah, like I met a ton of people at the event, and one really funny instance was
Mhm.
we have a Team Canada Discord, and like everyone's welcome in that Discord. Like you just join it, you chat about the game and things like that. And there's one guy on there, his name's Bobo,
Yeah.
and I had talked to him a few times and like seen him play some games on TTS and like just see him throwing out the memes because he's a lot younger. I think he's like 21 or 22. And I had this image in my head of this like young, small little kid. And so when I go to Worlds, he was a mercenary for Team Turkey, I believe it was.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
cool.
it was Team Turkey. And so I met Bobo for the first time. And nope, he is a very tall, big dude. And like I was just like, oh my God, this is insane. This is nothing what you like I pictured you looking like. And like he was just such a sweetheart and such a cool dude to meet. And like I spent some time with him during the weekend and like chatting after to see how his games went. He wanted to check up on me and the team to see how we were doing. Had some drinks with them and it was just great. It was really cool just meeting all these people and like even in the practices and the scrimmages leading up to Worlds, we played against like Sweden and France and England. So
Yeah.
I obviously played against one person on their team. And so when I went to Italy to Worlds, I got to meet all those guys like IRL. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Right? Like the connection is definitely real. It's got to be
Hmm.
real. That's awesome.
And then all in all, we finished 12th place. Had we won that Belgium game, who knows? Maybe we would have placed sixth or fifth. I think Belgium placed fifth in the end. Um, but we gave it our all. Carson was a amazing captain. Like Carl, there's just not enough I can say about Carl. He was like one of a kind, just a crazy, crazy coach. So much knowledge on the game, and like he just knew exactly what to say and do during all the timeouts, and like he was everywhere all at once during the games. Like he has to be at 8 tables pretty much constantly.
That's
So
wild.
it was just I felt the team was really strong. So I even like with all the practice and everything leading up to Worlds, I kept telling the team, I was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. I'm not trying out for Canada next year because this is just so much work. But then when you actually get there and you experience it, and like, I'm gonna try out next year for sure. Like, definitely Masters, and I'm pretty sure I'll be trying out for Worlds as well.
Oh yeah, dude. That's good. I'm glad it was a positive experience for sure. Because yeah, it's easy to kind of get lost in, you know, 5 games a week, hanging
Hmm.
out in Discord, watching TTS all the time. You guys have extra meetings on top. So the
Yeah,
fact that
meetings every week, which is
yeah,
it's actually kind of funny. Like going from meetings every Monday at 9 to
mhm,
suddenly nothing. It's so crazy. It's like these guys were a big part of my like life for 6 months, right?
yeah, yeah,
And then I obviously still talk to them and stuff, but like it's so weird now not talking to them like every day about Warhammer.
for sure.
It's funny. It was the experience was just 10 out of 10 amazing. I fucking loved it. But now I'm back in Canada playing Warhammer again, and I am excited to not be playing Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
Yeah. What are you moving to? What's on the docket?
So, with the new edition coming up and the loss of obscuring on objectives, obscuring stayed the same with the whole. If you're every model in the unit is within an inch of the piece, your count is obscured. But now
Yeah.
there's no longer places of power being like, pop, that objective's obscuring, that objective's obscuring. I was really leaning towards playing KO again because like that's people who know me, that's my army. That is like my favorite army along with Slanesh. So I think going into 11th, I'll be playing KO heavily. But I also, for the longest time, have been painting up my Hell's Paradise themed Sylvaneth army.
Hmm.
So I want to get them on the tabletop more. So I think this weekend we're five of us from ETB are going to the Critical Hit tournament in Oshawa. So I'm bringing Sylvaneth for that one, just because I've been painting them up like crazy. They're not all done yet, but I think I might have them done by Saturday.
Nice.
So I'm going to be rocking Sylvaneth for that, and then likely for like Montreal, like we have an invitational in Quebec in October. I'll probably be doing KO for that. We'll see how the meta shapes up. But I'm
Yeah.
also debating going to not Edmonton, sorry, Sparwood in Alberta in September for the Party at All Points tournament. Party at
Oh
the All
shit.
Points.
I didn't know
Yeah,
you were considering that.
I literally just considered it today because Bobo shot me a message and was like, when are you coming out to Alberta? And I was like, bro, send me a fucking tournament. So he sent me that, and I was like, you know what? Fucking false alarm GT. That would be fucking sick to go to. So
Yeah. Yeah, that would be that's cool. You're getting my brain thinking about it because
yes, that's. I was literally like later today or tomorrow. I was gonna post in the chat. Like I told Steven and Matt about it when I saw them at the store today.
yeah.
But I'm like, if we can just get a bunch of people out there, rent a fucking Airbnb again, it'd be a
Yeah.
crazy ass time.
I
Tickets
mean,
aren't that expensive for Edmonton. It's like fucking $400.
flights. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, not like GT tickets being
Yeah, I was like,
400.
wait a second. I know he doesn't charge that much, but
No, not like the flight out there.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely consider it. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that GT. I mean, honestly, just kind of listening to Party at the All Points and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, so I would definitely consider it. I know he actually provides like really good hospitality out there too. Like
That's
I
what
think
Ridge and Carl were telling me.
yeah, I think they like provide lunch and shit, which is really nice.
Yep, the whole weekend it says it's
Yeah,
included in the ticket price.
keep me in the loop,
Hell yeah, dude.
maybe.
But yeah, so anyway, the armies that I'll be rocking for at least the first bit is definitely KO and Sylvana.
Nice. Yeah,
But like it's difficult because now also Slanesh is coming out and like the mortals are looking pretty good. So we will have to see how it all unfolds. I'm not like I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of the way Slanesh looks, but like I can't like I'm always wrong when Army Book comes out, and I'm always like pretty judgmental when I look at the rules and stuff. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna hold off all judgment until I start playing games next week with the army because like I've been theory crafting some mortal lists with like 20 Painbringers, Glutos, and some archers, but I don't
yeah,
know. They just the archers have a interesting ability. They used to have like you used to be able to give them crit two hits always. A big thing with Slanesh though is that your melee is like always gonna have crit two hits. There's just so many fucking ways to get it. So
hmm,
looking through the leaks of the battle tome, I'm a little skeptical, but at the same time happy because Glutos is looking real good and Sigvald is looking real good as well. And those are two of my favorite models in the entire army.
yeah, for sure. And we can chat more Slanesh once things become like 100%. Plus,
Mhm.
I know we've been playing the new GHB a little bit based on the leaks.
Yep.
But yeah, they look cool. Um, the Paragon
New
theme seems
Yes,
interesting enough.
sorry. The I think the new edition is gonna be really good. I think I fucking hated obscuring objectives and I was just not a fan of that. But the
Yep.
new rage dice, I think it's a really balanced mechanic. You because like a lot of armies, you'll have that like big monster, that big character that will really benefit from the rage dice attack at end of turn.
Yep.
But then for the armies that don't have access to that, like more like technical armies, um, you have the damage reduction one, which is albeit isn't great because it's like it's not like the Zinch Fate dice where you just like spend it and ignore damage. You got to like roll that three up.
Mhm.
But at least you still get something, right? Like I think it's a really cool mechanic. Places of power changing as well slightly to generate you more rage dice. I think it's really cool. Looking at like the deployments and stuff, the deployment zones are very intricate and you gotta like measure it out a lot. But like that, I don't know, that comes with every edition, right? Like we
Yeah.
always complain about new battle tomes and or sorry, new battle plans and stuff. The tactics I think all look really neat. Pretty excited to start testing out a bunch of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of jumping back on that. I agree. It's going to be cool. I actually think like the Fury mechanic is going to be more important than I'm thinking right now. The fact that the place of power will give you Fury and Rage
Mhm,
Dice is cool. Um, I tested out, kind of tested out a new GHB game with Kyle on the team, and we just picked literally like rolled a dice to see what battle plan we were playing, and
mhm.
it was super cool. The mechanic itself was like a piece of terrain catches on fire and then every
Oh
turn
yeah.
more things catch on fire. Like it's bad, it's D3 damage, but
Mhm.
it's D3 damage to anything that's within 6. So
Yeah, and
like
I
it's
really
actually
like
chaotic. It's
yeah,
cool.
exactly. And I really like those style of battle plans because they feel very unique, but they're not like game breaking. It's like
Yes.
it's a bit of chip damage and the battle plan's unique and stuff. So it's like it feels different than the other missions, but it's not like some crazy change to the way the game's played.
Yeah.
And one other thing that I forgot to mention with the place of power is that they took out the healing. So they took out the obscuring ability on the place of power and the healing ability on the place of power. And so they kept the one where you can like if you're not a wizard or a priest, you can banish or unbind.
Yep.
But now they brought back the old third edition place of power where you get +1 to fucking cast and pray, which I'm so happy about. Obviously, as KO, it doesn't
Yes.
matter, but like anything else, I love that being near place of power and just being like, oh, cool, I get +1 to cast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool.
Hmm.
Um I I mean, obscuring wasn't a thing for Night Haunt really,
Yeah.
so I didn't really pay too much attention, but, like, now I have a good excuse to, like, go around places of power and, like, interact with them again.
Yep.
Um,
Straight profit. It's
yeah,
just amazing.
exactly, exactly. Another cool thing, and I think, like, a really, like, meaningful change that they're doing with a lot of these battle plans, I don't know if you've noticed, but before, like, let's say we're on a standard 1, 2 more plan.
Mhm.
Before more was usually what, like 2 points extra? Now more on these battle plans is worth like 4. So like
Yeah.
it actually makes a difference. Like you should be aiming to get more anyways, but now you're rewarded more for
Hmm.
actually controlling more objectives. It's
So
something
they
small, but it's cool.
Yeah, so I'm assuming I haven't like looked at the scoring on any of the battle plans, but I'm assuming that they took out pairs of objectives, right?
Nope, nope.
No, they still have it?
They're still there on some of the plans. I
Okay,
think the
okay,
one
that's cool.
Kyle and I played, it was 1 pair more,
Oh, interesting.
I
Okay.
think.
So they just made it so that instead of pair being the one that's more, you get if you have more objectives, you get more points. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt pretty cool, and yeah,
Nice.
it's
That's sick.
small things like that that make the game, you know, pace differently. So
Yeah, I'm insanely excited for this General's Handbook. I think it's gonna be really good. Everybody gets worried and skeptical when new books come out. I mean, that's just the way it is with all tabletop games.
yep.
But I think that we have nothing to worry about, and it's gonna be really good. The power scaling on all recent codexes, as everyone or battle tomes, as everyone knows, has been interesting.
Yeah.
Like Luminath, Sylvaneth, fucking Daughters of Cain,
Yes.
and like even I think Cities looks amazing as well. I think it's going to take a really good player to play it, but I definitely think we're going to see a lot of Cities lists popping.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm excited for the next like wave of battle tomes to release, like Seraphon, Ogres, Slaanesh.
yep. I think they're doing something interesting with the tomes too. I know we've talked about it before, but
Hmm.
not only okay, there's different levels of strength, right?
Hmm.
One level of strength, which is the most like predictable, is you have really good numbers. right? You
Yeah.
do a lot of damage, you hit and you wound, you have health. Save characteristic is great. That's what I mean by numbers. But
Mhm.
they're also giving these new tomes good mechanics, like good mechanics that work well together, really play off each other, and give you, like, for the most part, a lot of depth with these armies,
Yeah,
which,
and it still feels very unique.
yes, yeah, like between, let's say, Sylvaneth and Doc, they're both pretty hardcore damaging armies, but they do it differently. Like,
Oh yeah,
the way they play
so much
looks
different.
and feels different, which is also, that's not only good for the person who owns the army, it's good for who you're playing into as well, because I mean, near the beginning of the edition when it was just indexes and it was
Mhm.
you have good numbers, I have bad numbers, a lot of the games didn't feel super great, right? Like going into a
Yeah.
tournament, it's like, okay, we're gonna play the tactics, we're gonna play the objective, and whoever has better numbers wins. Now
Mhm.
it's a lot different, which is
Yeah,
encouraging.
very fleshed out and unique feeling. It's just I think Games Workshop has like the writing team has done a really good job writing all these recent battle tomes.
Yeah, yeah. So here's my every podcast wish of Seraphon coming out soon. Please, GW. There is a actually announced today. There is a big summer preview show that's
Mhm.
coming up this Friday. So that is great. We're expecting like actually some big announcements. Rumor
Yeah.
mill has it. It's either going to be, well, maybe not even either. There's a lot of things out there. I think the last couple things we're looking for is Ogres, which is going to get a really big refresh. We're
So
expecting.
it is definitely going to be ogres because
Yeah.
they released that cinematic.
Mm, yeah. Oh, yeah. That cinematic was from Total War Warhammer, the one in the Canada Discord.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was when they announced Total War Warhammer. Ogres
Uh,
were coming, but
oh.
they 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 said in the preview video, like, there is a ogres reference, like everybody's going to be eating well or this or that. They're
Oh,
definitely
true, true.
pointing
Okay.
towards ogres. So
Oh, that's hilarious.
you're still right. But yeah, ogres. Um, ogres are left. Seraphon's left. Sons of Bahamut's left.
Mhm.
But also, rumor mill has it that Fire Slayers and Dwarves are going to be getting a new faction. I'd be
Oh
stoked
God.
if we got like a little glimpse or even a hint or any sort of confirmation that's happening, because right now Fire Slayers seem to be in a weird spot. They either need a big range addition and refresh, or they need to like merge with like a new range. So that could be dwarves on their own,
That
but we'll
army
see.
is just too damn slow. they just
Yeah,
they just need to be redone.
yeah, and
Give me
uh, they're gonna be in a terrible spot once like the soggy war scrolls leave, because I think what those that magmadroth soggy war scroll is the only thing propping them up right now, right?
Yeah, luckily we are getting more Scourge War Scrolls.
Yeah,
Like obviously from the rumors, what we saw when you looked at GW's recent update to the Slaanesh points, you saw that the Enraptress has
yeah,
a Scourge of Aquashi War Scroll, and so do the Blitzbarb Seekers, which is very exciting because I love the
yes,
Blitzbarb Seekers. And like weirdly enough, for Slaanesh, I'm not a fan like even remotely of the demon side of the army. I have obviously like the big keeper and Shalaxi and some. Sorry, I do love the contorted at epitome. That model is insane. But anyway, I'm not a fan of the demons, but the Enraptress, I did paint that model up really nice. So we'll see what that Scourge War Scroll looks like.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. And I'm looking at it right now for Scourge of Akshi. You're getting, yeah, 3 heroic traits for sure.
Hmm.
You're also getting Blissbarb Seekers that are
Yep.
Scourge of Akshi.
And the
And
Enraptress.
yeah, but you're also getting all-consuming obsessions.
Oh, that's like yeah. I don't know what that's gonna be. That's gonna be like a unique enhancement.
Yeah, but that's cool that they're kind of swinging for the fences, and bringing out
Yeah,
something maybe unique for each army. That's awesome.
yeah, kind of like the boat enhancements for KO,
Yep.
or
Yep.
like the monster. Someone got monstrous traits for
Seraphon
Scourge,
did actually. Yeah.
Seraphon, and I think Iron Jaws. I want to say,
Okay.
but yeah, so I'm very happy with them doing that. Skaven need help because the Screaming Bell OG War Scroll is fucking dog shit, but the Scourge one is like insanely good.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of them like that. Like Seraphon's Old Blood on Carnosaur
Yeah,
regularly, pretty ass. Scourge of Gyran, amazing.
so good. Yeah,
Night Haunt, Black Coach, normal one, kind of ass.
oh my god, not kind of. It is so terrible for its
Yeah,
points, but the Scourge one is just
it's amazing.
chef's
It's
kiss.
so good. So
Yeah.
yeah, they'll need to definitely do some work and at least make sure that they can kind of balance out those established armies. Like Nighthaunt already got their book, but they need help. Like what can
Mhm.
Scourge of actually give them? That way, this next year of this edition isn't a complete slog for them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm really excited to see how Night Haunt shape up in the new book.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting. Maybe before we jump out of here, uh, just take a quick look. You had mentioned earlier there's 5 of us
Mhm.
going to Crit Hit this weekend.
Yep.
We have so it's from the ETB side, you, Dylan, myself, Kyle, and Matt Jackson that'll be heading out there.
Yep.
So yeah, that feels good. It's been a little bit since all of us have gone to the same RTT, so that'll feel really good. Um,
Yeah, for prepping for Worlds, I didn't actually go to many RTTs and tournaments because it was like I was more just looking to get games online against like my own team or like my assigned scrimmage partners.
yep,
So I'm excited to go out with the team to a tournament. It's been forever. I didn't go to Clash with you guys, so
yeah,
that was upsetting.
yeah,
But yeah. So for me, I'm taking Sylvaneth. Dylan is, I believe, taking Daughters of Cain. He might switch back to Flesh Eater Court since I know he hasn't gotten too much practice, but
yeah,
I hope he takes Daughters. I really think he should because like an RTT, honestly, is just a big practice session.
yeah, yeah. I agree. And he was the game that I saw him play Daughters. He was
Hmm.
having a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
that's
him
huge.
and I before I left when we played a game, he was using Daughters. I used my OBR. It was really good, and then I think he played Steven Cities after that.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, anyway, so Dylan hopefully is taking Doc, Daughters of Cain. Kyle, I assume, is taking his Soulblight list with like all the Blood Knights and Vordry.
Yeah,
And then Matt Jackson, I believe, is taking a loser Carless since he was on the losing team last time.
yeah,
So I made him an OBR list for him to take.
yeah. I see that
Oh, sorry.
Arcan took.
Steven made him an OBR list. It definitely had I had
Uh,
no hand in that.
yeah, 3 units of Death Riders, 2 units of Reapers, reinforced Triaxes, Liege Mortec, Liege
Oh my god, it's 4
Cavalos.
units of Death Riders.
Is it 4? Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah.
Holy shit! There they are. They're split up. That looks really good. No, that
It
looks like a
is,
good
yeah.
list.
It is a very good list. I think it'll do super well.
Yeah, good for him. I'd also like to call out Kyle. We forgot about the losing car list. Um, I don't think any of us agreed to
Nope.
Blood Knight spam, but we'll let it slide this one time.
He just
Uh,
has to win and we'll be okay with it.
exactly. I'm on the fence. Night Haunt is fun because I go in and I know what Night Haunt does, but I also kind of want to run double Soggy Carnosaur and 12 Agrodon Lancers because I think it's funny.
I think you
Um,
should do it because I'll tell you right now, if you take Night Haunt, you will get the Night Haunt mirror match.
who else is playing fucking Night Haunt here?
The same guy you played the
Oh,
mirror match against the
Keith.
other time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I have days to figure it out. Let's start do Thursday. But I just remembered and noticed your boy Devin's pulling up. That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, what
My
the fuck is this list?
Devin was one of my teammates on Team Canada. He was our Soulblight player.
Yeah.
And so funny enough, in Italy, when my bus to Rome the afterworlds was at 3 a.m. So Betty and I were leaving.
Yeah.
And so I packed up the night before, we got ready, left, and sure enough, I left my wedding band in Italy.
No.
So yeah,
Oh, fuck.
so I immediately messaged Justin and I was like, Justin, for the love of God, could you please get this to Devin or Carl before you leave? And thankfully, Justin gave the ring to Devin and said, Devin was like, when do you want to meet up and I'll give you your ring back? I was like, dude, pull up to Crit. Let's have a fucking tournament together. And so he's coming. And if you look at the list name, the fucking maniac.
Yeah. If I lose to
So
Connor, I'm stealing his wedding ring.
So what I interpret that as is if Devin loses to me, we have to get married. So that's
Oh,
the way
that's
she goes.
cute. I kind of
Yeah.
like that. We could there's a pub downstairs we can go celebrate.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. But what the fuck is this list? He's got 8 units of True Blades?
Yeah, when no, it's 4 units of True Blades
Oh,
and then
sorry,
40
yeah.
fucking Barrel Guard.
Yeah.
When Devin messaged me and he was like, "You're bringing fucking hardcore Sylvaneth list, and I'm bringing enough for fun list." I was like, "Devin, is it like a for fun, like Devin for fun list, or is it like a fun for everybody list?" And sure enough, it's a fun for Devin list.
Yeah, I've never seen Crit's the rat prince on the table before. What? The rat
I
prince?
think he's just a cheap hero. I don't know what he's actually for. I
Yeah, fair.
literally have not looked at his war scroll once.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, even if it is a for fun list,
It's
Devin's
not.
obviously
It's
really good.
Yeah, Devin is insanely
He
good, but it is not a
knows.
for fun list. I don't care what Devin says or how he tries to convince people. 4 units of True Blades and 40 Barrel Guard. It's
Oh
fun for
yeah,
no one except you, Devin.
no, I agree. That's insane. And trying to pass it off as anything other than insane is more insane.
Yo,
Uh, retreat. Okay. Um, as long as he has fun with it, it's good for you. Um,
yo, we shall see. We shall
yeah,
see come Saturday.
looks like it's gonna be a good turnout so far. 24 people signed up with one drop, so 23 people. Nice.
Yeah, so they'll end up being 22 then, because I
Oh,
assume Dom will drop to make it even.
yeah. There's gonna be 2 night haunts. Fuck.
Okay, so you're taking Seraphon
Yeah, John Mullins is taking night haunt. Um,
then.
yeah. Okay, maybe I'll take Seraphon. I mean, to be fair, I haven't played an RTT this season with Seraphon, which means I haven't
True,
had a
yeah.
chance to play the Soggy Carnosaur.
So you got to do it then.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay. So then the real question is, do I run 2 because it's fun and funny, or do I try to run in like a legit Seraphon list?
I would say legit Seraphon
Damn
list.
it.
So
Yeah.
what? Because if it's just jank and you end up getting slaughtered, it's not fun. So
Yeah.
I would run a fun list with the Carnosaur, one that just like at least works.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's fine. I'll run something decent. And then once the new edition drops, my boy Croak is back on the table, maybe. So
Fuck
that's
yeah.
but cool. This was great. Is there anything else you want to get out there before we wrap this bitch up?
Just shout out to all my teammates on Team Canada. I had an amazing time with you guys. Carson, you're amazing captain. Carl, amazing coach. Fabian, thank you for everything you helped me with during practice. And I love all those guys and I will miss gaming with them.
For sure. And then my little thing before we wrap out here, always just shouting out Enter the Battlefield out in Newmarket. Thanks for supporting some nerds and going to play this game that they like. Definitely go check them out.
We love you, Dave and Chris.
Yes. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right, later, Franny.
Ciao.